Good morning, Guardians. The Hedgehog Gamer here, and this is my second attempt to make this video. So if you noticed me posting a video before, apparently the audio was not working. So I am making this quick because I have to get to work, but ignore the first one. I've already privated it. I will be deleting it, and I will be posting only this one. So this one has the audio. Anyway, good morning, Guardians. It's Friday, Xur Location video for the original Destiny. Yes, obviously it has to be the first Destiny because finally we are back in the Reef. It has been weeks since we have been in the Reef, but there is no Reef in Destiny 2. Also, reminder, Xur is only in the tower for 2 days in original Destiny. I am in New Jersey. It is 6 a.m., 6:15 a.m., so we'll be up by 6:30 a.m. He leaves by Sunday, 5 a.m., Eastern Standard Time, New Jersey time, 5 a.m. on Sunday. So it's about 47 hours, less than 47 hours, depending on where you're at. Don't even bother with Sunday. I mean, unless you're in like Australia. So yes, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday morning he is gone. That's one of the things I like about original Destiny. You have to be more on your toes. Destiny 2, I know he leaves at reset. Anyway, excuse me, we are in the Reef. When we are in the Reef, there's only one location he is at. So you go this way. I hate when people go ridiculously fast, so I try not to. You go over the bridge and you go into this corner over here. Here he is. He's always here in the Reef. There's no variety. He's always here in the Reef. Anyway, I think one of the reasons they don't show you the Reef often is because you need to unlock it, so new players immediately cannot go to the Reef. So you, they want to make it available to more people. Anyway, first off, we have the usual legacy engram. Now, I know there are some blueprints that you will unlock that if you get the legacy engram, you will get also the year 2 version. I need to make a sit down, do the research, make a video about it. I don't remember, but I know it's not a lot. That's why for me, it's not worth the strange coins because I am working towards a 1,000 heavy ammo synths. I will not deny it. I am a heavy ammo synth aficionado. I would love to like get my green screen and turn this into a background of just stacks of heavy ammo synths because one can never have enough heavy ammo synths. So I would rather use my strange coins on heavy ammo synths. Anyway, we have an insurmountable skull fort for the Titan, which makes me wonder, you know, is that what they call it in day-to-day use? So it'd be like, hey Titan, you're bringing your insurmountable skull fort. No, brother, I forgot my insurmountable skull fort back at the tower. Missing an insurmountable skull fort. Please see Zavala in the tower. Seems a bit much. Gain an additional melee charge, which to me feels like it is a cheaper version of Frosty's, which gives you faster grenade and melee regeneration. Let me know, Titans. I mean, at least it's not ridiculously bulky. As you know, my standard is very simple when it comes to helmets. If your helmet is bulkier than the Corpus helmet, then it is way too bulky. I mean, the Corpus one, as they call it like a refrigerator, which, yeah. If your helmet, like the Ram or the Stag, which are definitely bulkier than the Corpus helmet, to me, it's too bulky. It looks like something passable that you could actually use, especially as a Titan. Yeah. Next, for the Hunter, you have the Lucky Raspberry, which I will admit is not something I have used very often. Because arc grenade chains further respawn with full grenade energy. As I've said, if I'm going to run arc, I'm probably going to use Frosty's because again you get faster grenade and melee regeneration, which to me is preferable. I would rather have more grenades, a lot more grenades, than them chaining further. Let me know, Hunters. This has not been one of my top choices. I do have it. I know people say it's great for Arc Bird. Honestly, as I said, Frosty's is my go-to when I'm not using Celestial Nighthawk. Then for the Warlock, you have Void Fang Vestments, Spot with full grenade, Axion Bolt gains additional Seeker. I have to make sure I have this because I want to run Warlock at least for a couple days because I want to just have the power of using Axiom Bolts. After having been massacred numerous times by Noruisk, Servant of Oryx, and his Axiom Bolts, I just want to go around taking down enemies with the Axiom Bolt. Let me know, Warlocks, what do you think of this one? A Void Fang Vestments. Alright? I said I have to be quick because I need to get to work. I'm late for work. All right, now we have the Trespasser. Trespasser to me feels like, I was joking about it in my previous video. It is the Rose Tico action figure of Destiny, because first off, they keep bringing it back with Xur, and then they bring it back to Destiny 2. So it feels like that action figure that Ethan Van Sciver used to bring up, that he could find literally everywhere, which took me a moment to remember. It's Rose Tico, and they could not they could not sell it. So the Trespasser's the same. I know it's technically a digital code, yada yada, but it feels like Bungie has a massive stack of Trespassers in the back warehouse, and they're like, we can't move these. Give them to Xur. And they were like, but nobody wants the Trespasser. Sell it anyway. Make it the only option they have. But nobody wants a Trespasser. Put it in Destiny 2. Okay. So basically, it's like taking Rose Tico out of the box, painting a different color jumpsuit or something on her, putting it in a new box and be like, it's a new Rose Tico. Well, it's a new Trespasser in Destiny 2. So, like, please buy the Trespasser, Guardians. We cannot. But, yeah. It keeps coming up with Xur. I am not a big fan of the Trespasser at this point because, first of all, I'm just sick to death of the Trespasser. And then, I remember when I used it, it ate through ammo. Look, it's got... This weapon fires bursts of bullets with deadly accuracy, and it has another... Reloading after a kill caused the next burst to be longer, more powerful, super burst. Cool. That's cool. Burst of bullets. Feels like a pulse rifle as a sidearm. Burst of bullets. Bravo. Good on you. However, it eats through ammo. I remember running through the Plague Lands and, like, within minutes being like, it's out of ammo already. This sucks. So I'm just not a big fan of it because also it's just... over and over, we get it. It's like, so the Trespasser is the Rose Tico action figure of Destiny. Nobody wants it. They have a ridiculous garbage ton of it, and Bungie is desperate for us to spend our strange coins on it. Eventually, they'll get the hint. No, they won't. If they're like Disney, never mind. I'm not even going to go to Disney Star Wars. Anyway, now we have the last word and sequel. The last word I have. I am not a big fan of the last word because I have said this over and over. I like the Ace of Spades. Precision kills move one round from your reserve into the magazine. I do a lot of precision kills. So for me, this exotic, I use the perk a lot. I can go through long periods of time without having to reload because of the perk on Ace of Spades. So for me, it's a really good exotic. The last word is, first off, you get sequel. This is the ornament you get. I mean, if you like that worn look, I personally am not a big fan of it. I like it without the ornament. But this is the price you have to pay to get the last word this week. You have to buy the ornament as well. It is a very firing from the hip heavy weapon. This weapon can be fired quickly and continuously, so I feel like it's... Yeah, this weapon has bonus accuracy while firing from the hip, and it has improved stability and target acquisition when firing from the hip. You can see I have used it because mine is completely unlocked, but I haven't used it in a while. I will admit, firing from the hip is not something I am big on in Destiny. I need to practice more, but it feels less precise. Maybe because Destiny is first person. Warframe, all I do now is fire from the hip, except when I was like playing the New War. When I was playing as like Viso and Call, then I was aiming down sights. But in general, when I play Warframe, I fire from the hip. When I play Destiny, I do not. People have said try using pulse rifles. There's just something about it not feeling as precise, firing from the hip in Destiny versus Warframe. Warframe also, the movement is more important in Warframe, and the speed is more important in Warframe, which I need to just play a ton of Warframe so I can improve, because I've got, as several people who follow me on live stream have said, you play Warframe like a Destiny player. You could see the way I play Warframe, like, you play Destiny, don't you? Yeah. So let me know what you think of the last word. The only real perk this gun has is firing from the hip. That's the main perk it has. Comment down below. Even if I don't respond, I do see comments, so even if I forget my phone, YouTube Studio lets me see comments, but I can't even like them because of the way my Wi-Fi at work is set up. And my cell phone has a horrible battery life. I need to take the SIM card out of the Razer phone 2 at this point and put it in like a Moto phone or something, because the battery life is horrible. It's like 3 hours and it's like, wait, barely used it. Anyway, that's the last word. Finally, we have one of my favorite guns in the game, Xur's Regime and Basilisk's Glory. Xur's Regime was until Genesis Chain. Once I got Genesis Chain, which is feels very similar to Xur's Regime, so you can see similarities between them. I think if I go like this, and then if I go like, oh god, I'm freezing on. How did you do that? Oh, there. See, they feel very similar. Xur's Regime and Genesis Chain. So once I got Genesis Chain, then I stopped using Xur's Regime as much. But for a while, people would be like, so, you got Galahorn? And I'd be like, maybe. Because I wanted to use Xur's Regime. I got so used to using Xur's Regime, I was using it in the Crucible, and people are like, you're crazy. Nobody uses auto rifles in the Crucible. I'm like, yeah, but for me, in Crucible, it's easier to use a weapon that I use in PvE, because I've gotten so used to the feel and the aim and the everything about the weapon. So for me, I was getting my kills with Xur's Regime until I switched to Genesis Chain. Anyway, this is the ornament you get. This is the weapon without the ornament, which is okay. It's okay. I don't mind it. This is it with the ornament, and it is a cool one. Basilisk's Glory. Now, Xur's Regime, all right, it has two options. You have spinning up. The longer this weapon is fired, the faster it fires. So you could feel it when you're doing it. Just as you shoot, it gets faster. And then you have focused fire. When zoomed, this weapon fires slower but causes additional damage. So depending on the enemies, the circumstances, you could alternate between the two. Excuse me. Then you have Xur's Legacy. The bottom half of each magazine deals bonus damage and has a chance to return health on kill, which actually makes a difference. I noticed it in Challenge of the Elders. In fact, so much so that after I switched from Xur's Regime to Genesis Chain, so I can equip an exotic in a different slot, I noticed a difference. Your health does randomly just start. It's great. It's great to have. So, but I just love the feel of Xur's Regime. So you get Basilisk's Glory. It's an awesome weapon. I love Xur's Regime. Highly recommend it. But then I highly recommend you pick up all of anything. If you have the Strange Coins and you don't have it, pick it up. Because first of all, it adds to your Grimoire score. And second, you get once you get a weapon once, you get the blueprint. So even if I were an idiot, which I'm not that dumb, I mean, I'm not if I were to dismantle my Xur's Regime, I could go to the exotic weapon kiosk in the tower and reclaim it. It would be at 350 light, so then I would need to infuse something to bring it up to 400, but you could do that. It's great with everything. So you can pick up all the armor exotic pieces, even if you don't have a Titan or a Warlock or a Hunter, whichever you don't have. And then, what if you suddenly decide to play it? You could easily pick up the exotics. So you can dismantle and reclaim them, yada yada. Anyway, I gotta get to work. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the tower.